Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Doki Doki Witch Club. It is currently Thursday. I said Friday, but I actually had some time today because I forgot that my parents and my sister go out to eat on this day, so I can just do whatever I want while they're gone. So I'm gonna load back up what we were doing, and we'll get right into it. So when we left off, I think we just had wrote a poem and we came back for the second day, and we're doing the Yuri route. Hi again, Griffin. I'm glad to see you didn't run away from that. Run away on us, haha. Now don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the leisure club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Griffin. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Make you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. So you told me you didn't want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, you won't see the end of it. Let's see, you seem to have a big mouth for someone who keeps our manga collection in the club room. Let's see, he finds his stuff stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry guys, Griffin always does his best as long as he's having fun. He helps with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking and cleaning my room. How dependable. So that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost see your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Griffin can't become good friends too? Fairway? Is this a serious? Seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought me something today, you know? But wait, Sayori. Me? A gift from me? How nice. Not really. Oh my god, not sure no more. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. So it made it sound like a big deal when it really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what it is. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well here. Yuri reaches her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read. So I should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is how the girl accidentally being so cute. She picked a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Alright. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Oh god. My arm got stuck in the chair. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh god, that doesn't seem to be the case. Wow, good. With Yuri and Monica having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's just already bored in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for a chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. At the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing it made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. if I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? I was in the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. It's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyway? Well, Mia closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything wrong. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in here with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life isn't in, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? They made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Griffin? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related into the protagonist, they're made out to be a naive one, letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I step into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I still don't understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if you can feel her I can feel her persistence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe it's a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over, and it looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize for that, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slam my desk up against, I slam my desk until it is up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm, holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're held even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's stuff I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I thought I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Oh gosh, crap. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own violation. Ugh. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an inanimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri! This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. It's like she's afraid that she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your manners. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but Griffin, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Ugh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, I feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on my own time. Whoa. Alright. Sorry, I had to use hand sanitizer for a minute. I stand up. Strong. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then I slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember my poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to something so embarrassing. I really couldn't find much inspiration since I've never already done this before. Well, that's everyone ready. Why don't we find someone to share with? I can't wait. Siri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Siri is on a wrinkled So yeah, so your Reese is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a smaller notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri want to comply, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Well, since Yuri is the person that we're, like, trying to, like, charm and win over in this game, I guess the person that I want to share it with is person's Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exponential! What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just there are specific writing habits that usually are typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize is that writers that try to make their style very deliberable. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if she has demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time. Oh my god! It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example of trying new things. Yeah! I just hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback. Yeah, they better on my baby. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to yourself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a real opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright. Okay, it's called Ghost Under the Light. Oh my gosh, it's like cursive, but it's also bad. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining shred to withstood the test of time. Jeez. The last to get replaced by a sickening blue-green. What is that? What is hue of the future? I don't know. I bathe. Claims, gosh. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. A lot of these words are. I cannot read cursive because I cannot read at all. That's a joke, but I'm good at reading cursive, so I don't know what any of these means. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't start reading script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. This is the first time sharing. I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost story? Ow! I'm gonna stub my toe on my PC. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Griffin. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that? Poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject goes on poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lightning in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more subtle, I'm putting it that way. Yeah, it actually is. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Think so? Yeah, of course. No. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Griffin. Me too. I guess I share a mod connection. She's the president of the club. Hi, Griffin. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since it's new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions to the club, like new activities or things you can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Griffin. We're all a little embarrassed today, so hey, you know. But that's the sort of barrier we all learn to get past soon. I have my poem. Done. Great job, Griffin. I was like, oh, in my head while reading it. It's very metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. God, man. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Siri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the, I can't. All the new sets, I think is what it says. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about it. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure it'll end up I'll trying a lot of different things. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always keep you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. So I'm pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Since I've already read this, I'm just gonna skim over it, let you read it if you want. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's the way you can call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style is getting pretty popular nowadays. That's a lot of... There is a lot of poems that have been putting an emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of empathy recently. And so it kind of influenced my poems a bit. And empathy? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about new stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. That was actually good advice. I'm actually currently doing a writing project in school. We have to write a poem or something in class about something. And I just chose to write about a poem because it's probably like the shortest thing. And I kind of needed that because I didn't know what to do. Usually I'll just try to tidy it. If I make a mistake, I'll be like, oh crap, I'll tidy it up. But now that Monica gave me that tip, I guess I'll try that and see how it works out. Cause you have to write like 10 of them, and I'll just do that tomorrow and see how it works out. Gotta share with Sayori. This is a good poem, Griffin. Are you sure that's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, oh my god, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one, which just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into that yet, but it doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Griffin. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only a really good people can do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. I'm going to hold you to that then. Yeah! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm right back at this. We'll see about that. Since I've read all of these, I'll just like skim over it and let you do your thing. Like, if you want to read it, you can. Siri, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I don't mean to say it, but then it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you, really? Yeah, especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast in the morning. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. All I have left to do is Natsuki. Girlfriend, if you're not going to take this clip seriously, then I'll go home. But what? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I put an effort. Well, we all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you've ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you to improve, but you're right. You're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Since this one's short, even though I've read it, I'll read it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sing, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I'm woody dying. Yeah. I told you they weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone... oh my gosh. And Hassel thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people won't even take my writing seriously. But isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it. I like when it is easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. I don't know. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I just made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I studied humor with her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, I see Sarah and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki then mystified turns the poem to just with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Aw, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you give me a symbolism or something? It's cute about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for a suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. But she did, by the way. Siri liked it, and Griffin did too. So best not, I'm gonna use some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't know if it's supposed to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I'm hustling particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Griffin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki slowly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress your new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that your friend appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew in size as soon as Griffin started showing up. Now, Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting you guys. Suddenly, both boys turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing here. Griffin? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Griffin. But wait! There's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself is also a waste. You understand that, right, Griffin? Well... How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever my group will probably think more highly of me. Natsuki, you're right, I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't have picked a fight just because someone's opinion is different. Yeah, that is true. People have the right. That's not what happened at all. You wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. You are a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's when Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. No. No, it is not. You talked about her physique. It was her that... I don't want to hear it, Natsuki. You hurt her. Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. You better have said that. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. And then nobody is taking her side. She's trapped at this point, being definite only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walking through my head. Seriously, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Don't worry, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. And then across the room, Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I didn't approach her and sit adjacent in the chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. Oh my gosh, my head hurts. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Jiffin, you're too kind. Thank you, I love that. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. Hopefully everyone is like that. Here, it's nothing. One more thing. That one thing Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Griffin, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. There was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe maybe you learned a thing or two from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I hope they will. I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. But then like that means I can do at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with a newfound determination. Griffin, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sorry beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sarah and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Griffin, it's just that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Siri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Siri. I pat Siri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright. How to write another poem. Fucking melancholy. Alright. Okay, yeah. the f- Papa. Yes. Oh, suicide, yay. Depression. Oh, wow, that's not even funny. Cage. Death! Wow. After image, yeah! I think I'm gonna stop here because my head is hurting. I was going long and my head is really killing me. So I'm gonna stop here and save. Before I leave off, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please subscribe and like if you like Ukraine. And also, I said this in the last video, but I'm doing with a lot of things right now. I'm trying to get my driver's license and a lot of other things, so I don't have the most time to upload, but I do what I can. I'll probably try to have this next one out by Saturday or Sunday. It's supposed to snow in my area on Saturday and be really cold, so the power might go out and I might not have a chance to record. I actually meant to have this up yesterday, but while I was recording, my power went out and I was almost done. And it didn't save, so I couldn't just pick up where I left off and then make it like this. So I have to do this whole again today. But it's all good in the hood because I don't know what. Anyways, I also would like your opinion on something. If you can leave it below in the comments. I'm not gonna start this now, but I'm probably start it some other time when I do it. Do you guys like when I do commentary of the game, or do you want me to just not commentate and then just have and then just like go at a good pace without talking, then just that you guys read? Because honestly, I don't know, but whatever y'all like, that's what I'll do. I just thank y'all for watching, and as always, until next time, peace out, guys.